Here is the ingredient list. You can also see it with the detailed recipe and tips and tricks in my blog www.foodsandflavorsbyshilpi.com. For this recipe, we need whipped cream cheese. You can also use cottage cheese and chopped onions, chopped cucumbers, grated carrot, which I have already squeezed all the water out, some black pepper powder. Add very little salt, as cream cheese and cottage cheese already have salt in it. Mix everything together. Take the bread pieces and take the corners out. Put the stuffing on one piece of bread. Spread it all over the bread. Put the other piece. Press this gently. Cut the bread. Sandwiches are ready to be served. Here is the ingredient list. You can also see it with the detailed recipe and tips and tricks in my blog www.foodsandflavorsbyshilpi.com. Let's start. This is thick curd. Curd should be thick, otherwise sandwiches will become soggy. To this, add onions, fine chopped cucumber. You can use bell peppers, red or green or yellow. Green chilies, coriander leaves, little bit sugar, little salt. Mix them well. Cut the bread in any shape you like. Take one piece, put the stuffing on it, cover it with the other piece. Let me make some more. Pan is hot at medium heat. Put some butter on it. Spread the butter. Put some mustard seeds. Put bread on it. Put butter on top. Cook them from both the sides. Once they are golden brown, they are ready to eat. Serve them hot. I am going to make the sandwich in two ways. One is grilled version and one is non-grilled version. Here is the ingredient list. You can also see it in my blog www.foodsandflavorsbyshilpi.com. To make these sandwiches, first we will make a spread. For this, here I have 1/4 cup of cream cheese in a bowl. To this, I'll add 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise. Now I'll add 1/4 teaspoon of minced garlic. Add some freshly ground black pepper. And now I'll mix everything till it becomes a nice smooth spread. Now the spread is ready. Let's make the sandwich. For this, I have taken 2 slices of brown bread. You can also use white bread or multigrain bread. They also work fine in this sandwich. Now I'll take generous amount of spread and apply it on both the slices. And now I'll put some sliced cucumbers, some salad leaves, some pickled cucumbers, and cover it with the other piece and press it gently and sandwich is ready to serve. I like to keep the sandwich for my kids' lunchbox or when we are out on picnic as it stays fresh for a long time. And now let's make the grill version of the sandwich. For this, I have taken sourdough bread slice and buttered it from one side, and now I'll put the butter side down. I'll take generous amount of spread which we made earlier and apply it on the bread. Here you can also use some other bread, but I personally like sourdough bread in this sandwich. And now I'll put some sliced tomatoes, sliced cucumbers, some olives, some pickled jalapenos. You can also use sliced bell peppers and onions. They also taste good in this sandwich. I personally do not prefer to put salad or lettuce leaves in this sandwich as they make sandwich soggy once you grill it. And now I'll spread some grated mozzarella cheese, but you can also use pepper jack, cheddar or Swiss cheese if you like. And now I'll take another bread slice and generously apply the spread on it. And I'll put it over the toppings and press it gently. I'll take some butter and apply it on this side too. And now let's grill the sandwich. I'll grill it till it becomes nice brown and crispy. Sandwich looks ready. Let me take it out and serve. Here is the ingredient list. You can also see it with the detailed recipe and tips and tricks in my blog www.foodsandflavorsbyshilpi.com. Let's start with the marination first. For this I'll take 3 tablespoons of soya sauce, 1.5 teaspoon of sesame oil. If you don't like the smell and taste of sesame oil, you can use any other cooking oil. And now I'll add 2 teaspoons of chili garlic sauce. If you don't have chili garlic sauce, you can add chili sauce and crushed garlic. Now I'll add almost half teaspoon of honey and whisk everything together. Here I am not adding any salt as soya sauce and chili garlic sauce both have salt in it. Now I'll take almost 150 grams of tofu. I have cut tofu in thick squares. We need firm or extra firm tofu in this recipe. Do not use soft tofu, otherwise it will crumble while grilling. If you don't have or like tofu, you can substitute it with paneer. This recipe works perfectly well with paneer also. Now I'll turn it over so that tofu get coated nicely with the mixture. Now I'll add 1/4 cup of sliced onions and mix it with tofu. Now I'll leave it for 20 minutes to marinate. After 20 minutes, I'll grill the tofu and onions. For this, I've heated the pan at medium heat and spread little oil on it. Now I'll add tofu and onions on the pan along with the marinade. Spread tofu and onions so they get cooked evenly. After 3-4 minutes, I'll turn tofu pieces. We have to turn them couple of times so that they get evenly cooked from both the sides. Now tofu looks brown and crispy and onion also look caramelized. Now I'll transfer them to the plate. This stir-fry tofu is so tasty that you can have it just like that with salad. But since we are making sandwich today, we'll also prepare bread. For this I'll toast bread slices. I have already put some butter on both the sides. Here I'm using multigrain bread, which I feel goes best with this sandwich, but you can use any other bread. Now breads are done, let's make a sandwich. I'll take 1 piece of bread and spread some salad leaves. You can use any salad greens according to your choice. Now I'll put tofu pieces on top of salad leaves. And spread some caramelized onions. Make sure you put enough tofu and onions to get the best taste. And now cover it with the other piece of bread. Tofu sandwich is ready to serve. Here is the ingredient list. You can also see it with the detailed recipe and tips and tricks in my blog www.foodsandflavorsbyshilpi.com. For this recipe, I'll need bread, grated paneer, salt, chopped onions, butter, green chili, cilantro leaves and black pepper. Let's start. Take a bowl, put paneer, onions, green chili and cilantro, pinch of black pepper powder, little bit salt. Mix everything together. Take a bread piece, put some butter on one side. Put the stuffing inside. Put the other piece. Put some butter on this piece also. Put it in the griller and grill it till light brown in color. Take it out from the grill and cut it. Here is the ingredient list. You can also see it with the detailed recipe and tips and tricks in my blog www.foodsandflavorsbyshilpi.com. Let's start making the stuffing for the sandwich. For this, in a bowl, I'll add 1/4 cup of fine chopped bell peppers or capsicum, 1/4 cup of boiled and mashed potato, 2 fine chopped green chilies and 2 tablespoons of fine chopped coriander leaves or cilantro leaves, 1/4 cup of fine chopped onions, 1/4 cup of grated mozzarella cheese, little salt, some black pepper powder. Now I'll squeeze some fresh lemon juice and mix everything together. And keep it aside. Now I'll take 2 pieces of bread. You can use any bread of your choice. Now I'll take generous amount of stuffing and spread it nicely over one piece of bread. And now I'll cover it with the other piece and press it gently so that stuffing and bread sticks together. Now I'll take some butter, which is at room temperature, and spread it all over the bread. I'll sprinkle some sesame seeds all over the bread. And again I'll take a knife and just rub it all over the sesame seeds so that it gets stick to the bread. Now the sandwich is ready. Let's cook it. For this, I've already heated the pan at medium heat. And now I'll put the sandwich butter side down and press it gently with my spatula. Now I'll take one plate and put it on the sandwich. And I'll put some heavy weight on it and let the sandwich cook for some time. Today I'm using this simple method of making sandwich over the pan without panini maker or sandwich toaster. That will essentially give you the same crispy and uniformly cooked sandwich as we get in sandwich toaster or panini maker. It's been about 2 minutes. I'll remove the weight and apply some butter on this side. Spread some sesame seeds and rub it again with my knife. And now I'll flip it over and press it gently and cover it again with a plate and a weight and let it cook again for a few minutes till it becomes nice brown and crispy. Here I am using my stone as a weight. You can use any other object that you may have in your kitchen. It's about a minute. Let me check the sandwich. I'll flip it over. It looks nice brown and crispy from both the sides. Let me take it out and cut it. I can feel the crunch while cutting it. This is what I love about the sandwich. Serve this yummy sandwich with ketchup or chutney. Here is the ingredient list. You can also see it with the detailed recipe and tips and tricks in my blog www.foodsandflavorsbyshilpi.com. So let's start. In a bowl, I'll take 1/4 cup of chopped bell peppers, 1/2 cup of boiled mashed potatoes, 1/4 cup of fine chopped onions, 1 tablespoon of fine chopped coriander leaves and 2 fine chopped green chili. Add little salt half teaspoon of amchur powder, or you can add 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. Mix everything together and mash the potatoes, and I'll keep it aside. Now we will marinate the veggies. Here I have some cherry tomatoes, some onion pieces which I have cut in squares. I'll also add some diced paneer and bell peppers which I have cut in squares. Add 1 teaspoon of olive oil. Add little salt and mix everything. You can also use pineapple pieces or olives in this marinade. Now the vegetables are mixed nicely. I'll keep them aside. Now let's make the sandwiches. For this I have taken this bread from which I have already taken the crust out and cut the bread diagonally in 4 pieces. Now I'll take one piece and put the stuffing on it. I'll cover it with the other piece and gently press it. This way we will stuff and make all the sandwiches. Now the sandwiches are ready. We will arrange them in a baking tray which I have already lined with the aluminium foil. Now I'll place the sandwiches on the tray. Now I'll take butter which is at room temperature and put the butter on one side of each sandwich. Turn the sandwiches over. And apply butter on other side. Now we will put the tray aside. And let's take the marinated vegetables and mix them once again. Now I'll take a toothpick which I have already soaked in water for 15 to 20 minutes. Now I'll make mini skewers with vegetables and paneer. And put them on the sandwiches like this. I'll do same with the others. Now the sandwiches are ready. We will bake them in preheated oven at 350 degree Fahrenheit or 180 degree centigrade for 8 to 10 minutes. It's almost 8 minutes. Look like sandwiches are ready. Let me take them out and serve. Serve these yummy sandwiches hot with your favorite drink.